So, have you ever just completely frozen up mid-sentence because you forgot one tiny little linking word? Yeah, we've all been there. Language can honestly feel like this incredibly complex, giant puzzle sometimes. But today, we are stripping it right down to the absolute essentials. Hello, and a huge welcome to all you focused learners out there. We're going to use this explainer to completely unlock the 30 essential conversational building blocks that map directly from French to English. If you want to understand how sentences actually come to life and start functioning in the real world, you are in the perfect place. We're going to build your English vocabulary from a French foundation, step by step, and we'll focus heavily on getting these specific translations locked firmly into your memory so you literally never freeze up again. Okay, let's dive into this.
Here's our quick visual roadmap for this journey. First, the actors. Second, ownership. Third, seeking answers. Fourth, connecting thoughts. And finally, time and space. If you stick with me, mastering these 30 foundational words is totally achievable. Let's get building.
Starting off with our very first category, the actors, our pronouns. I want you to think of language a bit like a movie scene, right? Every single sentence needs a star, an actor to drive the action forward and actually make things happen. Without actors, well, nothing happens. These are our pronouns. Let's look at the absolute fundamental exchange of any dialogue, the speaker and the listener. The French word je translates directly to the speaker, I, yes, I, and communicating right across to the listener, tu and vous, both translate to you. Repeat it with me, you. The whole shebang starts right here with I and you. But, our scene is going to get bigger. We have to expand our cast because you can't just talk to yourself all day. So the French il steps in as he. That's he. Elle enters the stage as she. When we actually join forces into a collective group, nous becomes we. And when we're pointing to a group way over there across the room, maybe gossiping just a little bit, ils translates to they. These actors completely populate the world of our sentences. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is just how elegantly simple this is. We tend to complicate language learning so much in our heads, but these few little concepts completely cover all possible subjects in a conversation. Every grand narrative you want to tell is going to be driven by one of these actors. Once you have these locked in, you've got the pilot for every single sentence you will ever construct. Moving right along to category number 2, ownership, our possessives. So, with our cast of actors completely assembled, let's look at the things they interact with, specifically the things they own. I want you to treat these upcoming words as colorful 3D name tags that we physically attach to objects to show exactly who they belong to. When that name tag belongs to just the speaker, the French mon becomes my. That's my. But when it's a collective effort, something that belongs to us together as a team, notre translates to our. Okay, let's hand out the rest of the name tags before someone accidentally steals your coffee. If I'm handing the tag directly to you, ton becomes your. For those third parties just standing off to the side, son transforms into his or her. And for that entirely separate group over there, leur maps perfectly to their. Notice how seamlessly these map out? Let's just take a quick pause to let this map of ownership sink in. The structural flow of our explainer is building a really highly practical foundation here. We have the actors, and now we know exactly how to assign ownership to absolutely everything in their world. You aren't just pointing at things anymore. You're actively defining the relationships. All right, now we hit a truly exciting phase, seeking answers, our interrogatives. Think of these words as the essential tools our actors use to investigate their environment. But how do our actors ask questions about their world? Seriously, how do we transition from just making flat, boring statements to actively uncovering the unknown? Well, we do it by deploying the famous W words. These are your ultimate investigative tools. Let's rapidly define these core 5 tools. For a person, qui becomes who. Yes, who. For a thing, que is what. Trying to find a location, où transforms into where. For time and scheduling, calmed maps to when. And when you demand a reason or a motive, pourquoi translates to why. These 5 words alone are absolute game changers. Let's put a massive spotlight on our next interrogative. This one represents the turning gears of a process. When you need to understand the way something is actually done, the French word comment perfectly transitions into how. That's how. It is the ultimate engine of explanation.
Finally, we definitely need tools for choice and quantity. Because, let's face it, life is full of options and budgets. When you need to make a selection, lequel steps in as which. And when you need to measure or count things out, combien translates to how much or how many. How much or how many. So, the crucial point is that you now possess the exact vocabulary to seek any answer you could possibly need. You've equipped your actors with a fully functioning radar. You are an active investigator now. And that brings us to Section 4, Connecting Thoughts, or Conjunctions. A conversation just cannot be a disconnected list of actors and questions. It needs logical links to flow beautifully. That's where our conjunctions come in. Think of Parska as a vibrant bridge seamlessly connecting two entirely separate islands of thought. It becomes because. That's because. It instantly gives depth to your statements. It adds the why to your what. And when one thing absolutely, undeniably leads to another, showing this unstoppable progression, the French word donc shines brightly as therefore. Therefore, it drives your argument right to its inescapable conclusion. Let's rapidly lay down the remaining connectors. They are small but incredibly mighty. For a contrast, mais is but. But. To add something on, a is and. For an alternative, ou is or. And for setting up a condition, C becomes if. These are the literal hinges that let your sentences swing wide open. Okay, we've reached our final category, time and space, our prepositions. These are the final building blocks that firmly anchor our newly constructed sentences right into the physical realities of when and where they're happening. Let's pair these up sequentially. Pulling something into your orbit, avec, translates to with. For exclusion, sans is without. Looking at the timeline, avant pushes us to before. And finally, après moves us to after. And this brilliantly illustrates how these tiny, seemingly small words form the vital glue holding complex thoughts together. Without them, we'd just be pointing at things. But with them, we build absolute structural integrity into every single conversation. Well, we've done it. You've navigated the actors, their possessions, their questions, their logical connections, and their place in time and space. You basically hold the core DNA of the language in your hands right now. So my challenge to you is this. Now that you have these 30 essential building blocks firmly memorized, what will you say next? Get out there, start experimenting, and let this fuel your curiosity. Thanks so much for learning with me on this explainer.